I'm here with David Lane, VP of Product Management at Indeed, who is going to discuss how job seekers can use Indeed Career Scout to help discover new opportunities and connect with employers more effectively. David, it's so great to have you here.
Oh, thank you so much. It's great to be here.
How do you ensure that AI provides truly personalized and empathetic guidance for job seekers navigating career uncertainty?
Yeah, this is a great question, and it's one at the heart of what we're trying to do. If anything, AI enables a deeper understanding of the job seekers, and in some ways, it is the most empathetic thing that we can do on behalf of our job seekers. As an example, like in a previous world of search and browse, we weren't really able to understand the job seekers' trade-offs in terms of, say, salary and location, as an example. So if I was willing to, take a higher pay but travel farther, we couldn't capture that. At the same time, if the most important thing to me was being close to home, regardless of pay, we couldn't capture that. So now you can have a conversation with our AI and explain your goals, saying like, the most important thing to me is I want to be close to home and I just need a job that is, going to work with my schedule. And then you can explain your schedule. And that capturing that nuance of the job seeker intent is at the heart of what we're trying to do with Career Scout AI.
Yeah, and that example is pretty timely because obviously in a post-COVID world, flexibility, remote work is so important to job seekers, and many times it can be a qualifier,
Yeah,
a filter for them. So taking their needs into account is really important, and especially in this economy where there's enough frustrations getting a job, there's more job seekers than there are jobs. So I can see that
yeah,
being really important and helping hone it down and be focused.
yeah, absolutely.
The career transition plan feature generates a plan with supporting resources like books. How are these resources selected, and what is Indeed's long-term vision for providing continuous learning and development through the platform?
Yeah, so we are really excited about the career transition plan. Effectively, we take Indeed data and combine it with data from AI engines to inform this transition plan. This means we combine like everything we know about a single job seeker, but also everything we know about all careers, all job seekers, all employers in a general way to identify a path. So the AI helps us scale to like every single career out there. And we're just getting started. And so we see this as a way for us to help our job seekers and see us more than just a search engine, help them with a deeper career coach over time. As for the resources that we're using out there, we have a variety of kind of techniques where we pull in things like books and other information for the web to inform that sort of syllabus for how you change your career over time. So,
Yeah, over time, there'll just be more data, both externally and internally, using the proprietary data Indeed has. So, with more job seekers inputting kind of their interest in what they're looking for, it should get smarter. So, for every job search, because people are going to have multiple jobs throughout their career, it should get more and more useful to people.
absolutely, yeah. I mean, this thing, as I said, we're just getting started. We're super excited about what we've launched and accomplished so far, but it's just going to be more effective over time.
And Career Scout offers resume tailoring to help job seekers match their resumes to specific job descriptions. How does this feature avoid creating a situation where every resume looks the same, which could make it difficult for employers to see a candidate's genuine and unique qualifications?
Yeah. So I think first off, resume tailoring is one of the top things that job seekers think about as part of their job search. They want to know how they can put their best foot forward for any given job that they're applying for. And so this technology makes it very simple. At the same time, authenticity is core to Indeed's value proposition, and we have a responsibility to our employers to make sure that the job seekers are authentic. So what we've done is for every job seeker pair, so when a job seeker lands on a job, we evaluate how close the fit is, and we work hard specifically to not overfit a job. So if a job and job seeker pair is too far apart, say you're a nurse applying for a trucking job, we will not offer this service. So we have a special criteria, and we will nudge you towards more jobs or collect more information. Maybe there is something that we don't know about you to make this pairing appropriate. So, but in short, we work hard not to overfit these tailors.
This is about efficiency too. It's as an employer, I don't want to have to see all these applicants that are not relevant at all. I'd rather have fewer applicants that are better fit because it saves me time. But from the job seeker's perspective, especially now, I mean, you see these stories in the news of people sending like 1,000 applications, and a lot of them are getting no interviews
Yeah.
because it's not tailored.
Yeah, and I think that's a big thing that we see as a problem in our in the industry in general. And we are working hard to actually give job seekers the tools to evaluate the job and job seeker pair. And our plan and our strategy is to make sure that they are, informed with the right information so that they are applying to fewer jobs. Then they get better outcomes from the fewer jobs because of stronger fit with those jobs. And so part of this Career Scout initiative is to give people that nuance and understanding about, how they fit with the job that they're evaluating.
Absolutely. And as you know, pay transparency laws are becoming more and more abundant. I mean, Massachusetts is going to have one soon, and New York and California and various other states. How do you ensure salary range and company information is accurate and transparent for both the job seekers and employers?
Yeah, super important. And you point out there's a bunch of things that make this tricky, whether they're legally, neither side wants to give away a negotiated position if as they evaluate people's candidacy when they come into a company or take a job. And so what we do is we rely on basically three or four techniques. One is direct employer input. So the vast majority of our employers will give us this information at job posting, but in the absence of such information, we have techniques to extract data from descriptions. We also have AI backed and machine learned backed estimates that we are putting in for jobs that we don't have information in. And then we have a cycle of regular validation and improvements to these techniques. So we think we have the best practices in this space, and we agree that transparency is key and valuable for our job seekers. So,
It just seems like such a balancing act, right? Because sometimes what's good for job seekers might not be good for employers and vice versa. So you have to constantly balance both perspectives to make the matching work.
yeah, absolutely. And that's kind of what the heart of what we're trying to do. We want a healthy ecosystem on both sides. So,
What is the strategic goal behind moving the job search from a keyword-based model to a conversational interface, and what user data supports this shift?
yeah, and this comes back to a little bit of what we talked about before, but with a more conversational interface, we can capture more in nuance to what job seekers' motivations are, and that helps us with fitting them with jobs. So, as an example, in the past, you would type in like just a keyword search akin to like a Google search several years ago, and you would get jobs that were very highly varied. But if I wanted to do something like I want a job that has good healthcare benefits. We didn't handle that very well in keyword search. With AI-backed search and conversational search, we can say like, you can say, I want a job with benefits that has shifts on Monday, Wednesday, Saturday, and Sunday, and I want it to be within, driving distance from my house, 30 miles from my house. And that nuance, that complete picture of the job seeker is what we're trying to achieve so that we can better fit matching to their real objectives.
To me, that resonates because just you saying that, it's a conversation. It's almost like it's a conversation in your own head. It's like, this is who I'm looking for, but you're translating that into kind of words in a conversation where it's only going to help you and get you more to what you're looking for.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
With features like mock interview and resume building, how does Indeed ensure that the tool doesn't create a perfect but inauthentic candidate that misrepresents their true abilities? Because like one of the biggest things in the space, like after talking to so many, executives and talent acquisition, is, is this person real? Like obviously historically people have lied on their resumes and applications, but now it's like with AI, there's, is this person who they say they are?
Yeah. Yeah, and I think I would take them like a little bit separately. So interview practice is something we're super excited about. This is just a pure feature for a self-motivated job seeker to go and just have a safe space conversation with an AI agent that is going to kind of help them prepare for their interview. So you can do it's back and forth questioning exchange. It's voice enabled or text enabled. And at the end of, say, 15-minute interview, the job seeker gets an evaluation saying like it evaluates you in a variety of different criteria. So, your speech patterns, your brevity, your how close you answered the question, and things like that. And so that is a tool that we don't make any job seeker use it. We think it actually enhances authenticity. Lets job seekers who are self-motivated put their best foot forward. And so we're really excited about that tool. As it comes to resume building, yeah, generative AI is something that basically is really powerful when it comes to resume building. You can say a few words into Career Scout and we will kind of help you evaluate or create a resume. Now, we walk our job seekers through each part to make sure that they agree with the way that the AI is framed their resume. And we are hearing that the job seekers really like this approach. And um, the fact that Indeed offers it and can build these resumes based on all the information we have about the job seeker and their profile makes us like the most effective at creating these resumes. So you ask about inauthenticity. We think this is just putting the job seeker's best foot forward. We agree with your position that employers are used to sniffing out things that may be inauthentic in a resume. And I come back to our previous conversation. What Indeed does is we make sure that we don't overfit people between their candidacy and the job candidacy. So we agree that authenticity is important and it's built into what we are doing with these products.
And at the end of the day, there needs to be some human oversight from the job seeker's perspective, but also from the employer perspective. You
Exactly.
just can't let AI do everything for you because you're still accountable for those results,
Yeah,
hiring for position or getting a job.
yeah, that's a great point. Like everything we are doing here, it involves human in the loop. So the job seeker will evaluate any kind of AI or suggested AI that we are offering. So, and if they don't agree, they can still apply. They can still, use any tools that we have historically offered on Indeed.
Career Scout helps job seekers connect with employers more effectively. How is this effectiveness measured, and how do you prevent the conversational messaging features from being perceived as spam by recruiters?
Yeah, so right now we're in early stages. Our primary measurement is job seeker engagement and a what we call a positive outcome from employer. So will we generate more interviews, more callbacks, more ultimately jobs for these job seekers? And so we've had to invent a new way to evaluate the quality of our conversations and messages. Historically in software, throughout my career, like A/B testing has been the thing that's kind of, been the most effective way to evaluate any outcome on a software development. But right now, with AI, we have non-deterministic ways that job seekers interact with our AI. So we have had to create a variety of techniques to evaluate conversations to say, like, actually, did our AI meet the job seeker's needs, and did it meet ultimately the employer needs? So we don't see this as driving spam. In fact, we see this as more helping job seekers find the right jobs more effectively so that they don't need to spam.
Absolutely. The career quiz asks job seekers what they value in their career. How does Indeed plan to use this qualitative data to influence the broader job market and the hiring practices of its employer clients?
Yeah, this is really fundamental part of what we are learning. And we've always known that our search and recommendations projects it's difficult to capture some of the nuance of motivations for an individual and individuals um, at large. And so if we can actually offer this career quiz, which helps a job seeker explain, like, this is my motivation. I really want to lean into my teaching background, and I really want to lean into something that is very close to my home. Those capturing those nuances allows us to be more effective for the broader population of job seekers over time. So it's just a matter of collecting information. Now, every job seeker has their own personal journey that they're going on, and so you know, at the end of the day, this is about a personal connection with a job seeker. So solving it for an individual is much more interesting than solving it for the broader population side.
Yeah, you're going to see those big macro trends
Yep.
using all this data and just the behavior of the job seekers. But at the end of the day, there's so many variables, right? It's like where do they live, what types of jobs, what are their qualifications, what are their individual interests. So there's all those unique aspects to it that really make it personalized.
Absolutely.
What is a long-term business model for this tool, and what is its role in Indeed's overall ecosystem and competitive strategy?
Yeah, I think overall our long-term strategy and objective for to serve our business model is to create the most authentic users who are realistic about their goals and are successful in their job search. Um, AI presents a huge opportunity to lean into that authenticity. And I think the broader market is going to, uh, be benefited by a service like Indeed because we are taking everything we know about the job seeker, combining it with AI to make them put their best foot forward, but authentic foot forward to make them more successful in their job search. So right now, it's just about finding the best foot forward in an authentic way for our job seekers.
And what are the biggest challenges in convincing job seekers to view and use the platform as a personal career coach rather than just a place to find jobs?
Yeah. Newness is key here. And so, well, like anything new, we are putting it in front of job seekers. We're showing it to them with some prompts to get them to start attempting to use it. We are uh, in that process, hoping that they see the value immediately. Things like resume building, tailoring resumes, create like conversational search should be like immediately obvious. Like this is a new way to do my job search. And we think the tools and the suites of capabilities that we have built are going to be effective at driving and convincing job seekers to use them. At the same time, we are listening to the job seeker. We are evaluating any conversation that is had out there to make sure that we are meeting their needs and trying to figure out what is the next suite of opportunities that we need to address for these job seekers. So we're working hard to get people to try this new experience.
Absolutely. And thank you so much for sharing your insights, David. I appreciate it.
Yeah, this is great. Thank you.